I have a consultant, speaker, and online entrepreneur. He's got a PhD in business models on the internet. He's created many online courses, some of them with great names as well, if you read his bio on the website. He's spoken at many top marketing events, and he is the co-author of Blogopedia and 101 Marketing Stories. As you can see from the slide behind me, he's going to have some great advice for you. Please welcome Boril Bogoev.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for attending my presentation. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, how to achieve more with less. How to achieve more results in terms of sales, in terms of more leads, with less effort and less money invested in this. First, I'd like to announce that my presentation is uploaded to Glisser, and if you have downloaded the Glisser application for your mobile devices, you can follow it online, and you can answer some poll questions there. So if you have this application installed, you can use it. So actually, in this presentation, I'd like to share with you some practical tips, ideas. Actually, there are 21 of them, about how to change small things in your website, your page of your event, in order to get more results. And actually, this is called conversion rate optimization. Do you know what is conversion rate optimization itself? Anyone heard about conversion rate optimization? Well, okay. It looks very complicated, but actually it can be boiled down to very simple actions. But first, do you want to see what is the event marketers and event organizers' wet dream? This is the wet dream of marketers, to have a big hall with thousands of people that have paid to be there, and that they are happy to be there. And you, the marketer, the event organizer, have done something to bring them here in this big room. Actually, there are a lot of events like this, but unfortunately there are too many events that end up like this. So I think all of us know such events. And we can ask ourselves what are the reasons to have this result. And there are, of course, a lot of reasons, and this can be the bad marketing, this can be bad copywriting, small budget for marketing, or so on. But in most of the times, most of the cases, you can have these little tweaks in the website, the page, and you can use your marketing budget more efficiently and get those seats filled with people. So this is the problem, that to bring people to your event, you need money. You can pay for Google advertising, for Facebook advertising, you can pay for PR articles, or you pay your team to do marketing for you. So this is a big spend, and you want to have a return on this investment. And if your website is like this, a bucket with a lot of leaks, actually your money are not spent very well. So all those leaks are people who are coming to your website, looking at it, looking at the information about your event, but are not ready and are not convinced to make a decision to register for this event and to buy the ticket. So that's what you're doing here, is just burning cash. You're putting money in marketing, and people are leaving without buying from you. So the goal of this presentation is to show some ideas how you can improve this. And from these 21 ideas, if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I think you will have a better result with sales and with your income and profit from your events. First, I think it's a good idea to see what is the path of your customer. If we suppose that we have an event and we need to sell tickets for this event like this, what is the regular path of the customers from seeing that and to buying something, the ticket for this event? So first, people have to know that this event exists. So you're putting money in marketing, you're putting money in advertising. This can be any channel you use for your normal marketing workflow. So some event organizers prefer to use email marketing and Facebook marketing, for example. Others are using partners for PR articles and so on. But at the end, people are seeing your ad and they're clicking on it or typing your address. After that, they're landing to your page, some page of your website. I call this, not only me, but this is called landing page. The people who are coming from any source of traffic are coming to this page. And they have a lot of options, and these options are dependent on you. For example, they can land on the home page. They can land on a special page that is prepared particularly for this kind of traffic. For example, for Facebook users, you can prepare a separate landing page. For Google AdWords and for those coming from some online magazines and so on. So I personally would recommend to use this case because this way you are improving your sales, but more of this later. When they land on your website, not so many of the people are ready to buy a ticket for this event. It's the normal situation. So they start browsing the website. And the information we have presented on your website, it's obvious, is very important for them to make a decision to attend or not to attend this event. So they can go to the homepage again and back to see what's the most important thing. They want to know more about you and your organization, what are you doing. They want to know what is the agenda of the meeting, of the event. They want to know more about the speakers. And for sure, they want to know what other people that have attended your events are saying about them. And if they have more questions, they can look about the partners and FAQ section. And then eventually, they can go to the register page and try to buy a ticket. So they start browsing, and it's our job to make so we guide them through our pages in this way, so we can move them closer to the decision to buy a ticket. But in some cases, they exit our website. It's very easy for them. We have very little time to win them to attract their attention, about 2-3 seconds. So they just can close the browser window, hit the back button, or click another link. And these are the leaks. Our goal is to prevent this, and after all this browsing and looking at the website, we need them to get there to the registration page, where they need to see the pricing information, more about the event, the benefits, what they are getting from this event, and to be presented the option to actually to buy the ticket. But this is not the end. They can register, but they cannot. They may abandon their shopping cart. I mean, they just may not pay. So our last step and the most important one is to convince them to actually do the payment to us. And this is the part of the general part of every customer, for every attendee for your event. And here is the big picture. You can see all the stages, general stages. The advertising, the landing page, browsing, register, and payment. And you can see that when switching those stages, all the time there is a possibility to people to leave, because every change is the critical point of they have a choice to get out and to leave the page and to close the browser window, or to continue to the path and eventually go to the payment. So our goal as marketers and experts on conversion rate optimization is to reduce these leaks and help as many customers as possible to go through the entire path and to buy tickets. And the other goal is to, our very important task is to make this path as shorter as possible. So there are two ways to do this, to fill the bucket with water. The first one is obvious but not very smart, to add more water to it. But since we have so many holes, this is just the whole thing burning cash. So the obvious and the better answer is to first to plug our holes in our bucket, in our marketing funnel. Very interesting. During my research for the presentation, I found a site which has nothing to do with event industry and with marketing. It is plugyourholes.com, and they're selling plugs for any hole you can imagine. But actually, they not sell plugs for marketing funnels. So this is my presentation about. So that's my promise with this presentation. I can show you some ideas how to optimize a single page. In most cases, this is the landing page, in order to drive more sales and get more seats on your event. And why the landing page is so important? Because landing page is a cornerstone. This is the page where people are landing. Maybe they are cold customers, or they don't have idea what to do, and if they want to buy the ticket from you. But they're coming here, and this is the page where they will make a decision. Do they go further or exit? And if you fail here, there will be a lot of leaks. And that's why we are talking about landing page optimization. And if we do our homework here, our life is going to be much more easier. And another important idea before I start with my 21 ideas is what is the conversion rate, what is the conversion rate. You know that on the landing page, for example, you have a lot of people coming. It depends on the traffic you have bought or the traffic you are driving to this page. But of course, not all of those people are taking action. For example, registering or buying tickets and so on. So the percentage of those people who are taking some action you want from them is called conversion. We measure it in percents, and our ultimate goal is to make it as high as possible. So the difference between all the people and people acting, this is the leak, obviously. So we're starting. I'll do a quick overview of those basic 21 holes you can plug in your website or landing page. I hope that on your event pages you have plugged most of those holes, but I hope that you will get some interesting ideas to improve. So the first one is very obvious, but also very important. The address, the URL, the domain of your event. I think you know that it's better to have a short, easy to pronounce and easy to write domain, and this is a very important initial decision you should make when you start your event and when you're planning your event. And after that, this is not everything. All the sub-pages of this event is very good to have very short, very sweet addresses that are easy to share, easy to pronounce, easy to put on any advertising. So they will be visible on your Google Ads, they will be visible on your posters and any advertisement you make. So also this is Google and search engine friendly to have short and easy to understand URLs. So the URL matters. The second important thing, maybe you know this, is the page load time. All we know that people on the internet has no so much patience, and they have they don't have time to lose, to waste, and so on. But we can support this opinion with specific research. There is a research made that here is the page load time of your page in seconds, and here is the abandonment increase in percentage, how many people are leaving your website. It turns out that after the 4th second of staying on your page waiting to be loaded, people are leaving, more than 25% of people are leaving. So actually, if you want to keep most of the traffic to your page, you should have 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds or less every page of your website to be loaded as fast, or they just leave and they pissed off of waiting. And this is stupid to have more than 10 seconds pages waiting, people waiting to load your page. So every fancy graphics, any animations and stuff like that are not prohibited, but it's just stupid to use them. And looking at the analytics, you can see that not only this research, but day-to-day results are showing just like this. Page load time is bigger, and your customers are leaving and bouncing more. The third important thing you can fix and can improve in your website is the color scheme. I'm sure that you know that color has very deep influence on psychology of people and psychology of selling, and this is not new theory, but not so many marketers are using it. And since this is a task for your designers, you as marketers don't want to design websites just because this is not your work. And I know a lot of designers and a lot of developers, and I can tell you for sure that not most of them are experts on conversion rate optimization. So designers are looking for everything to be very beautiful, to be harmonic, to be aesthetic. But in less than 20% of the cases, they are trying to make it more sellable, to be synchronized with the idea of, for example, of color theory. And a lot of researches show that, for example, red color is giving impression for more energy, for something dynamic and something aggressive. For example, the blue color is giving impression for something trustfully, something in the area of business, something very serious. And I don't know if you have heard about this, but the black color is almost in all times used to sell luxury goods. So this is the color of luxury. So your task as the marketers is to check your website, check ideas like this, and talk to your designers to change the color scheme or the overall design of your website if needed to match your audience, because you are the people who know best your audience, and you know who are they and what they are looking for. The same is with the fonts used on your website. Maybe regular people are not noticing this consciously. Most of the people don't know even the names of the fonts that are used on the website, but subconsciously every font have an impression on them. And this is also a task of the designers, and they should coordinate this, sync this with the idea, your industry, the idea of your event, and make everything consistent. The colors, the fonts, and of course the overall design of the website. So there is an experiment done with a site called CloudSponge, but this is not the only experiment. This is just one I'm want to share it with you. They have updated their design with more contemporary one and more relevant one, and they've got 33% conversion rate more. So this is 30% more sales of your seats. And if you have only 3%, not 33, 3% improvement on all those 21 points that I'm going to share with you, you can have a lot of big increase in your conversions. And of course, the next big thing, the next important thing is to try to develop your event as a brand. For example, Eventex developed through the years as a brand. And when I say Eventex, you know what to expect, you know what information is going to be shared here, and you know the level, the style of presenting. So having a strong brand, you will have this recognition. You can stand out of the crowd of the events of your industry, for example. You can set expectation, and you can drive emotions that people expect from this kind of event. The next thing, which is very important, is navigation. Why is this important? Because as we said in the customer journey through your website, we want them to guide them from different stages and then guide them to the buy register page and day to buy. So we have only two major tools to do this: to have links and menus, and to have like buttons, banners, and so on. So we have to make those things very clear and very focused, and in any case avoid any confusion for our customers, because you know, if you confuse the customer, it's most likely he's going to reject and to cancel or to postpone making the decision, and this is what you don't want to happen. So you can see this inbound conference event. They have very simple menu, very simple buttons, but they are visible and they are straight making people to take action. And when we are on the landing page, the first thing which welcomes us is, of course, the title. The title is one of the most important things in any page. I'm sure you know this, but most of the marketers are neglecting it. But the researches and tests, millions of tests show that people can make a decision if they are going to go further to the web page to continue reading this page based on this on the title. So if your title is not appealing enough, people are not going to continue reading your page, and eventually make the decision to buy. So it's very important to make it catchy, to set expectations you want to set to your people, and of course to use emotions. And after the title, you have the subtitle. This is a good practice to have a catching title and descriptive subtitle in order to have a smoother transition for people who are coming for first time to the page. And here is an experiment done with Highrise, which is a website that is offering CRM services. So they set those two titles, and after the test, it turns out that the second title and set of title and subtitle got 30% improvement in conversion rate, only by changing the title. Not anything else was changed on the page, only the title. So I think 30% is pretty much. So if you get 30% increase in sales, it's very good for you. Do you know the term above the fold? Anyone? So let me tell some words about the fold. You know the newspapers. They are the printed newspapers. They are sold folded, and all important information is placed above this fold, because this fold is exposed to the potential customers that can buy those newspapers. So on the website, the fold is actually the screen before scrolling. So You want to place all important information for the people that you want to get for customers to be before scrolling. I mean the title of the event, the call to action button, the main navigation. So in very low resolution, people can see all those important elements. So you can see here is an example of one of the most influential conference in the world of marketing, most conference. And I have done a screenshot with my in this about 700 pixels. They have much everything you need to know to go further. The next element is called hero shot, and I don't know if this is a popular term, but say it more simple. This is just the main picture that is welcoming people on your website, on your page. For example, from Eventex website, this is the big picture with a lot of people, but you can have different pictures depending on the event. So this picture, the picture is telling more than 1,000 words. And the research shows that this picture is very raises emotion in people and make them go further. And this is your goal to your page. So our research shows that if you they had 2 pages with 2 different pages, and one of them was not relevant to the event that has been promoted. And when the non-relevant picture was changed with a relevant one, they've got 400% increase in the conversion rate. So this picture, the main picture of the website, is very important. And there is another research that shows that if you have a picture of a person, human pictures, they can increase conversion about 100%. So people like people, they like to see people, and it's a good idea to use them. There is another technique to have people, human beings, that are looking at the call to action. And this is another research that shows about 20 or 30% increase in conversion rate if those people in the picture are looking at the button you want people to click on. And of course, it's very important what is written on your web page, how you state your benefits, the features of your event, what you're offering, what are people going to find there, and this is obvious to everyone, but there is a research about how your text is, your wording is stated. And the research shows that if you state your text in actionable manner, I mean, instead of saying this event is about this and you will see these speakers and so on, you can tell people like this, come to the event, learn something, meet those speakers. So this is action-oriented type of writing text. You can get 93% increase in conversions. So it's very important how you write your text, not just stating something. And something pretty important, but very often neglected by marketers. This is as simple as text formatting of your web page. It's important because of one single thing. You know that users on the internet are not readers. They are not reading your page like a novel, word by word and sentence by sentence. They are more like scanners. They are scanning your web page, and their eyes are guided by hooks that they find on your web page. And if you provide them with hooks, you can guide their eyes and guide them to the call to action or to the next page. That's why it's very important to place hooks in your text. And what are the hooks? Hooks are elements that are different than the background, than the rest of the text. And these are titles, subtitles, images, bullet lists, links, video, and so on. So it's my personal recommendation to use shorter text, different kind of elements in the text, and of course shorter paragraph, because paragraphs that are longer than 3 or 4 lines are very hard to read, and people just skipping them, and they're not going to read them. And there is a very interesting research that red links are converting better than blue links. It's funny, but the color of the link has impact on what's going on with the people's behavior. And again, about the images in the page, not about the main image, but the ones there downstairs on the page. As I said, it's important to be with people. And the most important point here is I wanted to share with you that if you use stock images, I'm sure you know this is not a good idea. Or if you use, for example, Shutterstock or iStock photo or any picture that is taken from someone else and you can buy it on the internet, you have to consider two main things. Because those pictures are pretty cheap, and any of your competitors, for example, can use them. And first, when you choose those pictures, please choose such pictures that are like normal, not looking so stock. I mean, you know all those pictures with white background, with some guy with unidentified nationality that's showing something on the page. This is not a good thing. Just try to find pictures that are more normal, more like real life. And of course, the best case is to take your own pictures. If you have high quality pictures from your events, your previous events, or from your staff, or your speakers, it's a very good idea to use them, not to use pictures that you can find on the internet. And of course, the professional quality works best. Pictures that are shot with your camera phone is not a good idea. And my personal recommendation is to make them as brighter and bigger as possible. This is my personal observation that people are more excited looking at bright, big pictures, not small ones that are put in like boxes. And people, you can imagine, people are reading your page, they're coming down, and you're closing them, making them close to the decision of buying your ticket from your event. And there is a point when they are ready to buy, but they're not sure. They're not sure because they need somebody to approve that this event is okay, that you are okay. And they need, this is normal human behavior, they need approval from others. So if you have any reviews, feedback, information, and testimonials from your previous events for people who are attending them, it's a very good idea to put them on your page, so they will be visible to your potential customers, because sometimes this is the trigger, something that makes them to do this decision and buy your ticket. So anything you have, if you have impressive Twitter following or Facebook following, you can put them there. If you have reviews and testimonials from celebrities or people that are very important in the industry, you can put them here. And a very good idea is to put video as a testimonial, so your customers can see those people in emotion. So this is a very important section, and sometimes it is the only trigger for the decision. Another research shows that if you put trust symbols like money back guarantee, satisfaction guarantee, quality guarantee, and of course stand for this, not just an empty promise, you can improve your sales by 41% regarding to this research. So having these symbols is very important, but they are good only if you deliver this promise. And of course, people are considered concerned about their security on the internet, especially when they pay. So if you have any relation with security organization, and if your website and your payment methods are secured in any way, you should state this very clearly so people to feel secure and to feel happy to buy from you. And we are coming to the pricing page. Now people have made a decision. They know that they want to go to your event. They have seen the social proof, but they still want to know the price, because price is one of the top triggers for making a decision. So two simple tests researchers are made. Research shows that redesigning simple redesign of the pricing page lead more than 25% increase in conversions. So the way it's designed and its elements are ordered is very important. And if you put the pricing information on the landing page, so people don't need to click other buttons to see what's the price or to send a quote or something like this, it can improve by 100% your lead generation and people registering for your event. My personal recommendation is about those packages. I would recommend to all the times to use at least 2 or 3 packages for your event attendees. What's the point? If you have only one price, only one package, people have 2 choices, to buy or not to buy. But if you place them with, like this, 3 options, they have 3 options. To buy this option, to buy this option, to buy the third option. But they cannot consciously understand the option of quitting. So you're not delivering this option to quit. They have it, but they're not aware of it. So always use those 3 or more blocks. And the final most important thing in this pre-sales, online pre-sales process is call to action. In most cases, a call to action is just a button. Button like this, or like this, and you just want people to do a simple thing, to click on this button and to go to the payment page, for example. But many researches show that the design, the text and the position of this button has a very strong impact on the sales and the conversion rate. So here is the numbers. If you make this button, call to action button, more prominent and visible to the people, you can increase your conversion with near to 600%. So you need people to see that button. It turns out that the color is very important. Different colors can bring difference, for example, of 21% in conversions. And of course, what's written on the button, buy tickets or register now or register for less price and so on, has impact of about 83% increase. You can have increase in your sales if you get the right text in your buttons. And as we said in the beginning, clicking this button is not the end, because they still need to go to the entire process of paying, giving their information, fighting with their hesitation, and so on. So at this point, we have to be very, to pay attention and to be very close to our customers. I mean, you have to give them very clear information. What is the next step? How much money they are going to pay? Are there any taxes or any fees that are not included in the price? They have to be absolutely sure what they are going to pay and what is the next step. And it's a very good idea to provide something like a live chat during the checkout process, because on this stage, if people have some hesitations or are confused or have any question, if they can get this answer this question at the moment, they will be able to continue. But if they don't have this answer, they can cancel, they can just close the window and abandon their shopping cart. So This is crucial part, and if you get through it, we're going to the most desired page of our website. This is the thank you page. This is the end of our journey, and people get there when they have paid, and you have a new customer, a new ticket sold. But actually, this is not the end, because from this page, you can increase and drive more sales if you do it right. For example, you can ask readers to do a survey. Those people who have come to this page and bought something. They can give you a very important feedback information you can use in your next event or in the same event, fine-tuning your strategy. You can display testimonials. Why is that possible? Why is that important? Because people have just paid money to you, and you need they to feel secure, to feel well, to feel happy that they gave those money to you. This is important because we have such thing that's called money back guarantee, and you don't want those people to want their money back. Actually, you can ask them to follow you on social media or ask them to share your website. So if they are happy, they will share your website, and this potentially can drive more sales to you. So thank you page is as important as other pages of your website. And I know a lot of stores or business websites that are just don't care about this page. They just put thank you for your order and so on. But if you use this at its maximum potential, you can drive more sales. And this is the end of the online journey of the customer, but there are two more steps. This is following up. I would recommend, if you have the resource to do this, to call to every customer that has ordered something and to ask them if they're okay, if they're satisfied, to tell them where is going to be the event and what to expect and so on. So they will feel better, and they can recommend you to their other friends and colleagues. And the second important thing about following up is that you can do this thing, upsell them. You can, by the phone, offer them higher package. For example, they have bought the bronze package. You can sell them the silver or gold package of your services in your event. You can convince them to get their colleagues and have more seats bought. So you can just do the sales by the phone. And this will increase your sales from 10 to 50% or more if you have a good team for phone selling. So, but how to do this? All of this? I've given you some advices, but how to decide what to do and what to improve, because obviously you cannot do everything at once. So there are three very simple strategies. First is role modeling. Just find the most successful event websites in your industry and in marketing industry itself, and see what they're doing, how they're doing it, and try to follow their model. For example, if you follow the marketing conferences, I can assure you that they are applying the best practices in the online marketing and optimization of landing pages and so on. So if you take ideas from them, you cannot be wrong. So this is the easy way. The harder way is do something we call A/B testing, and this is the core of conversion rate optimization. This is the simple idea, and it's about having two variations of your landing page. For example, a page with a red button and a page with a green button. This is the most simplistic example. And you use the software to do this, and this software serves these two variations of your page to your customers, to your visitors to the website. And after a certain period of time, you can see statistics about which of the variations has more conversion rate, bigger conversion rate. And then you can decide to use this landing page for your campaign, continue the campaign, and have bigger conversion rate. And this is the first level. The second level is to do this continuously, all the time during your campaign, and can all the time test two variations. The weaker variation you can remove, add another variation, and test them again. So this way, during your campaign, you will have a stable increase of your conversion rate because of this testing, because of the results of your real market. But you cannot do this by hand. You need software for this, and I will present you a solution to do this. And the third and most important and the simplest way is to ask people, ask your customers. I think you know better your markets, your customer base, and you just can ask them what they like, what prices they would are ready to pay, what topics they want to find on your conference, and so on. So you can have these hundreds of answers, and you can boil down them to a specific agenda for your event and specific pricing. So you can do the best event for your customers, and that's your goal. And a little bit about the tools. There are hundreds of tools that can help you to optimize the conversion rate of your landing pages. But one of the most important of them is as simple as Google Analytics. I'm sure that you are using this, and this is, you know, the free tool, but it's a lot more than just a page visits counter. You know that you have a very complicated set of information you can get about your customers, about your visitors. You can detect their behavior. You can see where they're coming from, what they are doing on your website, and how they convert. And you can see this page by page and actually get a lot of information. This information is what you need in order to know are your efforts on conversion rate optimization are getting success or not. So this is very important part. The second tool I can recommend is a tool called marketizator.com. I personally use it. It has three important features. The one is personalization, which allows you to put in front of the people information they want, and that is based on their behavior on your website dynamically. The second function is this A/B testing we've talked about before, and you can actually test any element of your web page with this software: buttons, text, images, and so on entire pages. And you can get the results, which one is converting better, and you can use the most converting one. And you can do surveys, online surveys with this software. You can present those surveys to your visitors, and you can do this conditionally. I mean, not to all customers, but for example, all the customers who visited the registration page and are trying to exit from it. So you can welcome them and say, what's wrong? Why you are leaving this page? Can you help you with something? So you can make loops and get people back in your website and make them to sell more, to buy from you. And the third, and I think the most important tool is your brain. Actually, you know your customers well. You're working with them, and you know what they want and what they will be happy to receive from you. So use your brain. Don't count only on researches, on statistics, and so on. They can be helpful, but the common sense and your experience in your market is going to be the crucial part. So thank you very much for attending this session. And I'm available for questions and, I think, answers. Any questions?
Hello. I just want to ask you, because there are many people who doesn't complete the process till the end about the payment, and they just drop just before the last step.
Yeah.
Do you have any more information why it happens so? Because they don't want to give their information for paying with a card, and they don't trust this system, or?
Yes, this is very important metric in e-commerce. It's called cart abandonment rate. And this is the percentage of people who are leaving your shopping cart without ordering. That's your question. There are a lot of reasons it can happen. In brief, because this is a topic for entire seminar actually, but in brief, you need to make the process of ordering as simple and as smooth and as easy as possible for them. If you provide them with this navigation, what's happening next, and to provide them with answers via live chat or something, you can get more information about why they're trying to leave. And there are other techniques. It's called triggered emails. It's a matter of software and using automation software, but you can detect what people have abandoned their shopping carts with orders in them but without paying, and you can send them an email just reminding them to asking them why you have left your shopping cart, why didn't you have an order. And the third way is to present them with a survey. As I said, with Marketizator you can do this. For example, somebody is getting to the shopping cart, ordering the event but not paying, and he's trying to leave the page by closing the window or something. On this very moment, you can show them some kind of pop-up and ask them what's going on, why you're leaving, can we help you with something, and so on. So these are the ways you can manage this.
Do you think that here in Bulgaria there is still a big mistrust in paying online? Do people prefer to buy their tickets like in personal because they don't trust the system? That's what I.
Yeah, this is a very funny situation here in Bulgaria, because we have e-commerce, but most of the deliveries are made by post and courier agencies. Yeah, people are a bit concerned about paying online, giving their credit card information, but I think this is a natural process, and during the time, this percent of people who are paying online will increase. Yes, it's a problem, but it will not last.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Search engine optimization is quite important for event website or any website, driving traffic and also converting. Do you have any experience with what kind of content management systems work better for optimizing your website for search? For example, WordPress is quite popular, I think dominating the world with 80% of websites. Seems to be very popular, but there could be other CMS systems that are also doing good for events.
Yeah. For search engine optimization, actually the best must-use solution is content management system is WordPress. It's search engines, but if you have a team for this, to do this especially, you can plan better your website for to be optimized for the search engines. I mean, it depends on the content management system, but it depends more on your efforts to optimize your website without thinking about the content management system, because you can have bad SEO and good SEO with the WordPress. So this is not only about the CMS, it's about your effort and your strategy for optimizing your pages. Yeah.
You are saying that, oh sorry, you are saying that online tickets will raise in Bulgaria. for our events, we are selling around 10,000 tickets each year.
Yeah.
And we have observed that from these 10,000 tickets, we sell maybe 200, 300 online. And we have tried a lot. We have put a lot of effort to make it more online, but we are seeing that the Bulgarian user, they don't...
They want to get them on paper.
Yeah. And the distribution network is really big in Bulgaria. You have like more than 500 to 1,000 points to get your tickets from distribution points.
Yeah.
So we don't see any rise of the tickets online.
At the moment, I don't have such statistics to see what is the rise during the years, but my opinion is that it's going to rise because the e-commerce and payments and the shopping online is getting bigger in Bulgaria. People are more open, but it's a slow process.
Boril, thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Boril Bogoev.
Thank you.
Great job, thank you. Time now for a lunch break. Same arrangements for lunch as yesterday. Before we go off to lunch, can I remind you that this afternoon there is a meeting design masterclass in the Rhodope stage, just across the way here to my left. The speaker is Eric de Groot. Hope I said that correctly, Eric. He's a meeting designer and facilitator, so that if you want the meeting design masterclass this afternoon at 2:15 in there, otherwise back here at 2:15 with Linda. Yes, I'd advise you to come. I mean, they're both very good, to be perfectly honest. But you know, both you. Either choice is great. For those of you who didn't hear that, Linda is the only woman on the program, so if you want a bit of female solidarity, then you should be in here. So lunch, 7th floor for Gold Pass holders and speakers, downstairs for other guests. We will see you back in here at 2:15.